Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. I don't have a hamster. All my little ham bones are sleeping, so I didn't want to wake up any of the fur balls. Because of my past and the way I had a combination of ignorance and drunkenness and sometimes plain old cruelty being brought out by my drinking, I was not so good to my little hamsters back when I first got them back in 1989, when I was, what? I can't even remember how old I was, but I was old enough to know better, but too drunk to care. So, with the treatment of my hamsters back when I was drinking and didn't know, and even when I did, because of that, now, when I got my little hamsters, like 30, 40 years later, now that I know, and I'm horrified by the horrible parts, and I'm disappointed by the parts where I just didn't know. Now, I don't even like to wake them up when they're sleeping. So, they're sleeping now, and so I'm not going to wake them up, especially since I don't want to dig into their safe places and show them that their safe place isn't safe. So, no hamster this morning. And even though you can't see it, I'd have to reach up and move the webcam and then adjust it back. And oh, she's jumping onto the floor. Just before I turned on the webcam, Amelia jumped up onto my lap. And so she was here for a little while, and I was petting my kitty. So that's a good thing. Hopefully you got to see her tail. Throat is just really hurting. It was bugging me a lot yesterday, even beyond normal oil dabs, so. I don't know if it's irritation from other stuff, or maybe a mild cold, or just stuff in the air. I am, after all, allergic to leaf mold, and even now there's still leaves. You know, there's pine needles primarily, stuff like that, and it molds when it falls in the forest, and I'm allergic to leaf mold. So, not anaphylactic shock allergic to leaf mold, but the annoyance, immunoglobulin E in your body is known as the annoyance immunoglobulin. It's the one that hooks on to I'm so sorry. It hooks on to just normal things and goes, "Invader!" And that's why you have the huge, your nose is running, and it's bad stuff when you're with that stuff because of your allergies. Immunoglobulin E, and that's what hooks onto that. But last night I did sleep, and that is a very good thing. I don't necessarily feel any more awake today, especially since, as much as I got like only 2 hours of sleep in the previous 2 nights, yesterday I didn't have any problems staying awake. I stayed awake for all day, no problems at all. I went walkies, came back, went to bed around midnight, and had no issues with trying to stay awake at all. So, I don't know. But I do feel good for having slept. I don't feel any stretched out like a skin of a drum like I usually do when I'm really exhausted. So that's a very good thing. One thing that helped was, oh, excuse me, I ate yogurt and drank some milk this morning, and now with all that dairy, my tummy is not altogether that happy. I'm mildly lactose intolerant, so I just have to deal with getting extra gummed up and my bowels not being too happy with this stuff. Not so bad I'm incapacitated, but not so you can tell things aren't the way they should be. So thumbs up for that. And of course, as stated, my apologies for my throat. But it was good to sleep. But things were pretty loud last night. My housemate's bedroom is across the hall. We're both up on the upstairs. Downstairs is the living room. Excuse me. The dining room, the kitchen, stuff like that. And up here is the master bedroom and then the two side bedrooms here. I've got one of the child bedrooms that I sleep in. This is one of the child bedrooms here. If you have a regular two-person, what is it, queen size or whatever, just, you know, it's a two-person bed where you got two people and there's not much more room. It's not tiny, but it's not gigantic. You've each got your own side. So you put one of those beds into one of these rooms, and then there's like 1.5 meters on each side. So they're not very big rooms. But they were watching TV and watching a movie, and I didn't want to bother them. So even though I was trying to sleep and they were watching a movie, I can't dislodge this whatever that's caught so low, and I am so sorry. But like over 10 years ago, my stepfather gave me a box of earplugs. Well over 10 years ago. And it was just like 1,000 pairs of earplugs stuffed together, you know, sets in this box. And through the years, I have been using them. Ever since I got married, I stopped using them because I wanted to be able to hear my wife. So during that time, and up to, well, I've never gotten really back into wearing them, though maybe I should. Because last night I just took 2 of them because I found the box. It's still half full. Which was cool. I just went, oh, I know it's in here. Went to right where I last remembered it. Organized chaos. There it was. And half full still. Wedged them into my head. And I slept really, really good. Definitely a thumbs up. Back when I used to move when I slept, it was kind of occasionally an issue because it makes the insides of your ears itch. The pressure, and you've got wax, makes it so that your ears itch. And I would occasionally try to scratch them and would wedge the things in so far that I would have to get like tweezers and go deep inside and then pull them out. And that was bad. But then when we had these 2 dogs, Papillons, if I could cut out the mucus portion of my throat and then sew it shut, I would. My sincere apologies. But what he used to do, because I would put one in on really bad nights, but leave the other one open. But I would occasionally wake up to find them out because the dog would come over and then chew them out of my ear. And I slept through him pulling them out of my ear. So weird. Thumbs up for that. Oh man. But it's another day, and so that's a very good thing. I went walkies last night, went all the way up, marched my way up to Walmart, and then marched my way on back. Didn't do the 7-mile or 8-mile loop trick to make it 8 miles, but going from, well, the previous night I was only able to walk to Safeway and back. And then the night before, because of it's raining and such, and my falling asleep, I didn't really get walkies at all. I think. One of these nights I didn't. I can't get the timeline perfect in my head. My time sense is so far off, it's not even funny. But I went walkies all the way up and back, and it was a very good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course I keep using my little hand exerciser, and I got my 8-pound weight that I do lifts with and curls, and I twist my arms around and I do various lifts and such. I need to work on my stretches. I've gotten too tight again here. I can't get my arm just straight up above my head again because I've let that, I don't do a lot of that. And so when you don't do a lot of that and you don't stretch it out, it gets tight. And that's not good, because this arm especially, it had gotten so tight back oh, good golly, I can't even remember if it was when my wife was alive or after my wife had died. But my muscle had gotten so tight, I wasn't lifting up any higher than this, and so my arm couldn't go. In fact, I'm having difficulties there. See, this goes wee, and this one, oh, having difficulty there. I got to really work on my stretches, because it could not go any higher than that at all. And so I've worked it so it was all the way up again, but now it's super tight, and if I don't bend my arm, it's way out at like that angle. So, ugh, I gotta work on that. Good golly, Miss Molly. Well, you learn by doing, and I just learned how much I need to start stretching again. Because I did manage. Good golly, I am so sorry. This is pissing me off way more than it's pissing you off. Ugh. But I had gotten my arm stretched up so that it was much, much better than, you know, this horrible angle there. And that was amazing. This one person, therapist that I was working with later, was rather surprised that I was able to get so much of my movement back, because these muscles, well, not the muscles, the ligaments and the tendons are so strong and so strengthy, so strong and tight, that to stretch them out is about 10,000 pounds of pressure. So being able to get anything back at all for that is amazing. So I did it once. I can do it again. I took about 6 oil dabs this morning so that I can be moving. And of course, the bad part is, when you do the oil dabs, is you've got all of that mucus production going on from the damage from taking hot oil dabs for quite some time. You can never tell when it's going to stop or how long it's going to keep on going. So my sincere apologies. One thing, I did have an idea. I want to do this as a story. It's the weirdest, dumbest idea, but it's a fantasy type story where you've got all these people going through the thing, everyone speaking English, of course. It's kind of predicated on it being English, but they're going to this old tomb that's like thousands of years old, and it's just a wreck and a ruin. It's been looted. There's not much treasure left, but this one guy says something along the lines of, oh, that is just abso-fucking ugly. And then there's a big thud, a scrape, and his voice says, okay, that's too much. I sat back and listened while you impugned the memories of those that I loved and cared for. I did not mind when you woke me from my slumber to steal my things, but you will not. And then the spirit rises up to face the one who said that. You will not. Leave an open quote, an open parentheses, an open clause with no closing. You open the parentheses with abso. You end it with lutely. I will listen to you until the end of your days. And burns a mark into his forehead. Sometimes I will be listening with a quarter of my mind as I slumber. Other times I will be listening to you just to stave off my own boredom. But if I ever hear you leave an open parentheses open like this again, I shall come and use the last of my energies. And I shall not only kill all that is related to you, but all of your friends, and all of their relatives, all of their blood unto 7 generations, and you shall watch them all. There will be more than enough blood to fill an ocean. And then fades off into the darkness. At which point I figure after all that, all of the friends of this fellow would look to the person that said that, and then everyone would immediately murder him. Because after all he has to do is leave one parenthesis open in the future, and oh my gosh, the bloodshed will be horrendous. So kill him now. All because of, oh, that is just absolute fucking ugly. I thought that was funny. It probably isn't, but to me it is. Anyway, though, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. It is a range of 20 to 25 because even though I count in American Sign Language, sometimes very improperly, on the fingers of this hand, with my fibro, depression, brain damage from alcoholism, I can rarely count properly all the way through. My sincere apologies. And if I mispronounced a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that sort of thing. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them all afterward. Well, as many as I can afterward. Thumbs up each one I read. Answer as many as I can. But for right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment. The fact is you left a comment. Thank you very much. Call my Chrome. And we have Isaac Delaney, greatly appreciated. Fortnite gameplays, greatly appreciated. Meza, thumbs up and thank you. Courtney Rhiannon, greatly appreciated. Generic01, thumbs up and thank you. Samantha Go, greatly appreciated. Papa Rob, thumbs up and thank you. Toxicity Gaming, greatly appreciated. And Kathy Willis, thumbs up and thank you. Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated. Acid 87, thumbs up and thank you. Ash54G, greatly appreciated. Shannon Rowley, I'm not sure, but thank you very, very much. Hadi Abbas, greatly appreciated. Nevzat Goryulu, ooh, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. The Floppy Disk, thumbs up and thank you. Russian Timing, greatly appreciated. Mika Mach 5, thumbs up. And Ultimate Valerie 93, thumbs up and thank you. Jen the Master, greatly appreciated. And Kathy Kitskat, thumbs up and thank you. VR Yuki, greatly appreciated. Dragon Soul, thumbs up and thank you. Murphy Sai, greatly appreciated. And last but not least, Poodle in a Can, heck of a name. Thank you all so very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Thumbs up. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Definitely appreciate it. You got to break the cycle of thought in your head. If you are depressed, even if you're not, it's a good idea. But especially if you're depressed, you got to break those loops of negative thought. Best way to do that: other people. As much as you may need to cocoon, you've also got to get out there with other people. Well, shuckle my duckle. I got a whole bunch of various links down below. If you can check those out, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. Haven't had a chance to write in it yet, but going to promise, New Year's resolution for this year. I will. A New Year's resolution. A belated New Year's resolution. However that works out. But if you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my assistance. Definitely a thumbs up. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you didn't want to, but if you were down with it, hey, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now into the literal end of time. And since time ends for us all individually as we end ourselves, hopefully it'll be greater than next Tuesday before I myself have my personal timeline erased for eternity from this physical universe. Gonna suck, but you know, if you wonder what it's like to be dead, just remember what it was like before you were born. That's what we're going back to. From darkness we come, to darkness we return. Just a lone guttering candle between two infinite planes of darkness. Gotta come to terms with it. You have to, no matter how much you feel like you're gonna go crazy thinking about it. Well, hopefully I'm going to have a reaction video, hopefully a game video today. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. And I've just been so tired. I'd be doing reaction videos. I've just been so tired.